Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Moletrap here, coming at you with the IOPS OSL round of 8, and this is going to be the first game we're casting here between NaDa and Yellow, and this is the series from the quarterfinals I'm the most excited about, but I'm excited about the rest of it as well, and I'm looking forward to this. Should be good times. I am, by the way, going to be casting the round of 8 just in the order of the bracket that I happen to set up. I don't know if these games are actually in order of when they were played chronologically, so sorry about that. What is going on here? Are they playing some games in the snow, I guess? I guess they're doing some of the games somewhere where there's snow. That's interesting. It's outdoors. I didn't know they did the round of 8 outdoors ever, actually. That's really interesting. So this is kind of cool that we're seeing that at this stage the quarterfinals are such a big deal that they're actually doing it outdoors. Now, is it just because it's these two absolute top-notch, could be a finals players, Yellow versus NaDa? Is that the reason why they're doing this outdoor performance? I'm not sure. But in any case, there they are right there on your screen. NaDa on the left, Yellow on the right. And we're looking at their stats, by the way. 18-8 versus Zerg for NaDa, 41-27 versus Terran for Yellow. So both very, very strong records against the opposing race, and this is going to be great. And yeah, if you missed it for some reason, I've put up a video already that gave kind of a recap of the round of 16. But if you do not know, I'm not going to be casting the round of 16 games, but I did watch them all in my live stream events. So, but in any case, we're going to get into the round of 8 though. Straight into the quarterfinals. We're going to be doing all of the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the finals of this Star League. And I'm really stoked about it. So here we go with game number 1 of the quarterfinals between NaDa and Yellow. And this is on the map Requiem, by the way. If you haven't seen any of the... I probably should have done a map preview in the recap. I forgot to do that, but... oh, well, it's too late now. It's already on the internet. You can't take it back. This is the only map that is actually still from last season, though. This is Requiem. This is one of the maps that we saw a lot last season with the low ground main with the ramp into a high ground natural that's kind of wide open, and then mineral patches blocking some of the other expansions, and like a weird mineral cross in the middle, which I haven't seen anyone mine from yet, but it's there technically. But yeah, this is going to be exciting. We got NaDa is the green Terran, by the way, in case you weren't aware of who these players are. Yellow is going to be the teal Zerg player at the 6 o'clock position. Luckily, it's not a mirror match because green and teal would be impossible to tell apart in a ZVZ, I think, or something along those lines. So we'll see how this goes. Both these guys, you know, are contenders to be in the finals. Well, you know, I say that, but I feel like at least half of the quarterfinalists are players that are strong enough that I would consider them that, okay, well, yeah, these could be finalists for sure. I think that the top 3, though, that I'm looking at are NaDa and Yellow and Zerg. And then after that, maybe I think Goodfriend would be my 4th pick, in part because of his really strong showing in the round of 16, and being consistent in the OSLs. So, but we'll have to see how this goes. But this is super important match though, because like I said, this could be a finals, and I think whoever wins this is going to have a strong chance of getting to the finals, because then their semifinal will be up against Doggy or Go Rush, which is neither of them are going to be easy opponents, but either opponent will be easier than the opponent in this match, I think. So, in any case, we got a second barracks going down for NaDa, by the way. We got a second hatchery going down for Yellow. Spawning pool well along the way as well, and he's going to get that gas. And it looks like we're going to see a typical kind of game here. NaDa, you know, this is 2005. I gotta make sure I catch myself. You know, it's like kind of like when after the new year and you go to write the date on the top of your paper when you're in school or whatever, and you always get it wrong for the first few times. And you write the old date, and you gotta correct yourself. Well, I'm gonna have to make sure because I'm so used to saying 2004 for the last OSL, I'm gonna have to get used to saying 2005 for this OSL because the quarterfinals are the round of 16 did start in December of 2004, but all the quarterfinals are played in 2005. So, in any case, this is 2005. So, in 2020, we would probably expect NaDa to try to make some kind of a wall and expand. But in 2005, the 2 barracks play is very normal. We're going to see lower base counts more than likely. Probably going to see 2 base Mutalisks instead of 3 or something along those lines. We'll see how this goes. Anyway, NaDa is starting to put out Marines. He's getting a factory pretty quickly as well. So that's a lot of output that NaDa is capable of. 2 barracks is already a lot of ability to put out forces. But 2 barracks plus the factory means that he's probably going for a very fast push is what it looks like. He's stopped making Marines for the moment. Possibly to make sure he has enough money to build SCVs and also the vultures that he's gonna want to put out of this factory once it completes a minute. But you can get a really strong push with 2 barracks and a factory. You know, several Marines. He's already got several Marines, and you can see I think Yellow is expecting this because we have the Hydros Den going down and sunken colonies. And it's unfortunate. Look at the position of that gas. The gas is not always that wide open on every spawn. The spawns are not made equal. But on this map, in that position, Yellow is just basically not going to have a second gas because it's just too threatened. He would have to build a creep colony, let the creep expand, and then build more creep colonies out on the outskirts in order to make defenses that were defending that gas, and it would still be in danger from any attack. So it's really kind of unfortunate he's going to be stuck on 1 gas for the moment. In any case, look at that, it says Snow on the background. Little did they know that eventually Snow would be one of the top players in StarCraft. In any case, yeah, probably NaDa's going to push out here momentarily with a pretty big attack. Now, Yellow has the Hydros Den up. As we see Hydros running across the map, he's got the lair as well. He's going to try and get that second gas. It's going to be very vulnerable. If any push comes out, he will be able to kill the gas without engaging the sunken colonies. So that puts it in danger there. So I'm curious to see how that goes. But in any case, and here comes the push, I think. He made the academy. He's got a couple of medics. That is strong in itself. He's going to have Stim. He's going to have like 10 Marines. And he's getting a tank and Firebats to push his follow-up as well. We're probably going to see the standard follow-up where he's going to actually he's going to move out and then he's going to make 2 Firebats to hold the ramp. This is very typical. And Yellow is making a Spire. He cannot afford to make a Spire right now. He's morphing Lurkers out in the field, though. Actually, Lurkers are going to be done by the time this push comes in. He's only going to have probably 2 Comsat scans. And I think that's probably why Yellow is putting his Lurkers out in strange positions on the map. Here he is. Oh, this Lurker has been put out forward. It's attacking. NaDa doesn't seem to notice. He gets one of the Firebats. He's going for the second one. It doesn't get quite enough spines on it. NaDa's going to ignore it and not actually go after. He's not going to waste a scan on it. He's going to keep pushing. Siege Tech is probably almost complete. There's Siege Tech right now. He's probably going to go for the sunken colonies, but as I said before, that gas is vulnerable. So that Spire is not doing anything right now. And if he's actually holding, saving up money to make Mutalisks, he is going to be in trouble. There's the 2 Firebats on the ramp, as I said. Oh, but he might be able to make a sandwich. He might be able to make a sandwich, and it will be a nice juicy sandwich with Marines for the meat and medics for the cheese and tanks for the mustard, I guess. Because actually he's not going to sandwich. He's actually going to counterattack. He's going to push those Firebats off of the ramp with the Lurkers, push in a little bit closer. He's forced to use one of his scans. Can he kill both of the Lurkers with one of the scans? The Firebat says yes. Getting a little splash damage there, I think, on both of those Lurkers. So he actually kills those 2 Lurkers. 1 scan is down. He only has 1 scan left in the bank, though. Maybe approaching 2 at this point. He's being very cautious with those scans. He knows that they're his lifeblood. If he's out of scans, he loses. Oh, no. Losing a Lurker is not a good thing. He should have sent in some... He should have waited to have some Lings or something, maybe. Oh, NaDa! So smart! So smart. He actually runs an SCV out there, attacks the SCV with the tank in order to use the splash damage to kill it. Now he's going to run in without any threat of Lurkers from the backside, having killed the ones in his base, having killed the one that was lurking outside of his tanks. He's going to push in with the Marines. There's no Sunkens left, and he's able to do a significant amount of damage. He's forced to fall back out of that pocket, though. as more lurkers come in along with the Lings to reinforce. So NaDa being pushed back actually, and are the tables about to turn very quickly. He does retain the tanks. He's going to siege up, but right now he's been pushed back far enough. Now that Spire, if he has managed to get that Spire up, and I mean the Spire is up unless he canceled it, but if he's managed to actually get enough money to make Mutalisk, which is doubtful given the amount of lurkers that he's making. But if he's actually able to make Mutalisk, he will have a very strong counter now. Counter, I guess, because the tanks were very undefended. Not very Marines were left, and I think we're seeing that. Actually, no. I was thinking, oh, it looks like NaDa is going back, but I was actually looking at the wrong part of the minimap, I guess. NaDa not falling back is actually going to run in to reinforce this one lurker. Oh, is it going to make it all the way in? It just needs like 1 or 2 more hits left. Are the SCVs going to be able to kill it? He needs to burrow. He needs to burrow. He needs to burrow. He needs to burrow. Oh, the SCVs almost surrounded it and killed it. It does burrow. There is a Wraith there. He's actually going to scan, and oh, he has a siege tank up as well. Very nice. So he actually takes care of that lurker, but he uses up a scan as a result. So Yellow is doing a very good job of using the lurkers individually in different places at different times to force him to spread out his scans. He's only got 1 comsat station, and there's the Mutalisk. He's actually not going for the tanks that are attacking his natural, though. He's going to depend on the lack of scans and a couple lurkers to defend his natural. He goes for a counterattack with Mutalisk. He knows there's nothing left. Actually, Yellow could close things out very quickly here because there's almost no Marines left at all. He can clear those out very quickly with 5 Mutalisks. Actually, one of them going down. Very good focus firing by NaDa, but the Marines are all dead. The bunker is being created, but I don't think that bunker is ever going to complete, actually. Now, is NaDa going to fall back, or is he going to go in for the kill, for the counter kill? It's tough to say here. He does have an engineering bay, and he's going to go in for the kill. There's only 1 sunken colony, and it looks like there's no lurkers. There's no lurkers to speak of. There's 3 tanks. He's going to annihilate that sunken colony very quickly, except he's not targeting the sunken colony. He's actually targeting the hatchery. The Mutalisks have done a lot of damage over here, and it is now a base race, ladies and gentlemen. It is a base race. The natural of Yellow has been killed. The Mutalisks are grouping up that, like I said, that bunker is never going to complete. And now he's camping on top. So if NaDa is going to win this, he has to win it with this force. He has to win it right now with this group of units. And these tanks are getting attacked by the lurker. Oh no, the lurker goes after the medics instead of the tanks. Oh, he finally goes after the tanks and finishes it off. But in the meantime, Mutalisk killing off so many SCVs. He can't camp the SCVs and the barracks at the same time, though. So he's going to have to go for both. Does he have another scan left? NaDa is pushing in. He needs to do a fatal blow with just this handful of Marines. Can he pull it off? The Mutalisks could clean this up if they were at home, but instead they're trying to clean up his base instead. And this is just balanced on a knife edge, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like it is basically a base race, base trade scenario. Both players not using their forces to defend. They're using the bulk of their forces to try and eliminate the other one's ability to create units and the ability to stay in the game, basically. Look at that. Yeah, Yellow's even running his last Mutalisks out of his base. Okay, Yellow has now lost every drone. He has to win with that group of Mutalisks unless he cripples NaDa with those Mutalisks right now. He will lose the game, and actually, even if he cripples him, I think just the base trade. No, he actually, I forgot that we just saw 10 seconds ago. He actually has a hatchery building in another location, and it looks like it's a protected location as well. The Wraith could go after it, but it would be very difficult to actually finish off that hatchery in time with just 1 or 2 Wraiths. So can he complete the kill against NaDa with just these Mutalisks? He's going after the turrets. The mass repair on one of the turrets. He's only got 4 SCVs left. He kills off 1 turret. There's only 1 missile turret left. And the SCVs are running away. They finished the repairs, were on stop, and then got pushed away and stopped repairing. And he's now got 2 SCVs left. There's 1 Marine there as well doing some damage. But is he going to kill it? He kills the last turret. He kills the last. Both players have completely crippled each other. There's no SCVs left. There's no drones left. There's no Marines left. There's only a couple Mutalisks left. Actually, it looks like there is 1 Marine valiantly fighting 1 versus 2. Not very good odds, but the Wraith, I think, is the killer that's going to come back and secure this for NaDa. It looks like this is so close. This is so close. This is so difficult for both players to finish it off, and there's the last 2 Mutalisks are going to get pushed back by Marines. Now that he's killed off everything in Yellow's base, NaDa's going to fall back with that small group of Marines. It's an extremely small group of Marines. If the clump of Mutas had united early on and attacked those Marines as a group, he would have been able to kill them off immediately. But slowly battling piecemeal Marines and turrets over the course of time has whittled down those Mutalisks to a couple and now to none as the reinforcements come back. So I think NaDa is going to pull this off. He has one SCV mining, but critically he has more stuff, and this Wraith is crucial because he can go around hunting Overlords, and I know what he's doing right now. He's skipping that Overlord because he's looking for the base. He knows there's a base somewhere. He finds it. No way he's going to come back from that. There's the GG. What an incredible game. Wow. The quick push with the 2 barracks and a factory from NaDa going all in. The lurkers, those were really clutch lurkers. Yellow did such a good job of spacing out his lurkers to do maximum damage, but also, actually not necessarily maximum damage, but maximum delayage, I should say. Because, you know, he was able to make sure that NaDa, with only one comsat scanner, was not able to ever really clamp down on the lurkers, you know. Sometimes if, sometimes if the lurkers are in one location, you can actually just scan, stim in, your tanks and the Marines all attack, you kill off the lurkers, and you bust them. And instead, he wasn't letting them do that. So, very interesting play. And actually, I'm reminded of, I forgot about this, we see NaDa packing up his gear there at the end, right? The reason being because I forgot that the way they would play it is they would actually do the first game of all 4 semifinals on the same day, and then they would do other games of the quarterfinals on a different day. So that's why he's packing up here. So again, I'm not going to cast it in chronological order by doing the first game of all 4 series and then doing games 2 and possibly 3. I'm just going to do them as a series. It's a luxury we have looking back on it. It's just going to be easier to keep track of for me that way. And I think it's more interesting to kind of look at each series individually too. So anyway, so that's going to do it for game number 1 of NaDa versus Yellow. Very, very exciting game. Very, very cool stuff. Both players just, you know, so close to winning, so close to, and they basically both did cripple each other. But, you know, NaDa was the one that had a cannon mounted. He was Captain Hook or something. He had something mounted on his stump. So even though he was crippled, okay, this is going. I'm sorry. I apologize for that metaphor. That went south very quickly. But anyway, NaDa takes the win in game number 1. GG. Thanks for watching.